All right, guys, what's up? So let's just go here. And we are going to, this is FSD 14.15, my Mad Max mode. And we're going to do a drive to an elementary school and have it parked there. I'll have to make sure that it parks, but yeah, here we go. All right, it's gonna poke out a little bit. I'm gonna kill this AC real quick. Gonna be making a right here. But yeah, so I think, you know, what I've been seeing, I've been doing some driving for about the past like 90 minutes or so, and the, you know, some of the similar things that I'm seeing with the Model X, and again, I'm just trying to, you know, test out what I think is, you know, real world type stuff, right? Like, what are the things that you're doing on a Saturday? Where are you going? When it comes to, you know, going to a supercharger or going to the McDonald's and parking, absolutely perfect. But when it comes to, you know, driving into a downtown area, and yeah, driving down into a downtown area and doing the loops to park, like this is probably, again, I'm not an expert here, but this is where it's gonna need to kind of think outside of the box rather than finding exactly a spot that's right in front, because otherwise it just keeps doing the loops, and it'll even pass spots that are behind other buildings to get there. Again, it's not perfect, but it does not have to be. This is not a curbside robotaxi experience, right? This is park to park. So get me close by, prompt me if you need to. But yeah, that's probably like my biggest critique of this V14. The other thing is that I have not been seeing any phantom braking. I did see that in the early stages on my Model X 14.13. But ever since 14.14, which is currently on my Model X, and 14.15, which is currently on my my Cybertruck, the 14.15 that I'm using today. This is again a 2025 dual motor. This, you know, it is making those kind of those same mistakes, right? But again, with the phantom braking, that is completely gone. I have not seen that here. I, again, have gone to McDonald's. I've gone to the local, you know, supercharger. It's parked for me. A little work on the parking. The cable, thankfully, could still, you know, get close enough. But there's things like that are just going to be like key for this, you know, just like really moving forward, right? All right, so we're gonna try to get here in the left lane, and it's busy. It's around 5 o'clock. Shout out to the daylight savings. Feels like, you know, it's just. All right, moved over. Well, it stuttered a little bit there, shuddered a little bit, or stuttered, whatever you want to call it, and then we are going to make a left here. Oh, check this out too. This is a left. Wow, check this out. So what's actually really crazy about this, and this is why FSD without you know, having to completely rely on the maps is great, because this lane, these two lanes here used to be one lane. It is now 2 lanes, and again, we're gonna make a left here. You can see both these lanes are moving over, And again, this is where like it's able to adapt, and that's why you literally did not see anyone on the right hand side. Everyone could go on the left. So it's good that that Los Gatos decided to actually make that entry, because you know, it was pretty much perfect when it did that. But I'm just really shocked that, you know, it was able to really just handle that. All right, we got two bikers over here on the right. But I loved how that it was able to, like, it may not know or have a ton of data on the history of these streets and stuff like that, but it was able to adapt even when something like that is just brand new. That's what makes this crazy. It's going to be able to kind of adapt on the fly. This car was poking out a little bit over here on the right. Oh, shout out to the other Cybertruck up here. Always cool to see the fam out and about. Look at this. So I was able to handle people like walking across, but also to the Model S, which actually looks like OG 2015 one. Just the way the cone was on that one. All right, so we're making a right here. All right, so we're coming up to a three-way stop here. All right, that's perfect. There was really no action there. And again, I'm on Mad Max mode. It's staying at 25 miles per hour, so staying within the residential speed limit. All right, so we're making a left into here. This is pretty tight, but we're gonna see how it handles. Look at that wide turn. Loved it. Loved it. Okay, so I love how it's parking straight on. So just check that out. hopefully it's not just going to stay there. So again, love it. It was able to go all the way in and it parked. That is just perfect. Okay, let's go to Starbucks real quick. All right, Starbucks, just quick. All right, let's see. Let's go here. I'm just gonna say navigate and then let's go. All right, so now it's backing up. Jeez, man, this is like, so check this out. Let's see how it handles this. Wow, dude, that's crazy. It literally just handled a super tight situation. That is crazy. The gates were on both sides and it literally took it like a champ with absolute confidence. That is crazy. Again, this is the Cybertruck FSD 14.15 and it is just handling it like it's a boss. All right, so we got a four-way stop here. We got several humans there, a bunch of people kind of just out doing their thing, especially before it gets too dark. Okay, and then also too, I just want to make sure that I'm selecting this right. So yeah, let's go to parking lot. What I love about this is you can actually feel that it's doing those wider turns versus like my Model X, for example. It's just not as big of a vehicle. Four-way stop. We're going to be making a right here. All right, so we're making a left. You can see, you know, all the people kind of coming by. There's a car that's making a left right now, and then all these cars going by. Again, that's the good thing about, you know, kind of being busy. So there's a lot of cars coming out here on the right-hand side, and then even more on the left. So, but this one looks like it's going to be making a right there. So will be interesting to see if it'll go. It should go right. Could have had the chance right there. Probably a little bit, but like I said, you know, that would have been me, probably. All right, so look at that, Mad Max mode. All right, Cybertruck FSD going to take me into a Starbucks right over there. Look at this, going straight in. Let's see where it will park. Look at that, making a left right here. That person's coming by. All right, so we'll see if this ends up backing in or making a left. So looks like it's gonna just turn and park front side, or yeah, look at that. Or it's gonna back up. There you go. Look at this. You can see the little Starbucks there too. All right, so it's backing up all the way. There you have it. That is crazy. Okay, so now let's see what else. Let's see. Let me think of. Let's go to Whole Foods real quick. Whole Foods. Okay. Hit. No, that is too far. So Whole Foods. There's another one around the block. Okay, Los Gatos. No, that's not the one. There, it's taking me to the wrong location. So there's a new one opening up. That's why it's getting confused. But yeah. All right. So let's hit start. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna be making a right here. And just check this out. So if you can see this, you can see there's enough room for it to go all the way, but there's definitely like 2 cars right here, a bunch of cars coming in. And then here we go, night mode too. And all the cars are gone. That is awesome. Yeah, so this is like my second drive, and again, I will say probably because I'm doing like the Apple Los Gatos store first, it kind of just keeps rotating and doesn't find. So I think sometimes it's like it kind of like you kind of forget what you're actually like, what's the reality of what is possible with FSD 14. All right, so we're poking out our heads here. There's no cars, and it's gonna go. But I think that kind of like, what's the word? This is incredible technology, incredible advancements, incredible for what is possible. But I feel like, again, I'm not an autopilot engineer, right? So this is just me critiquing it, just being a consumer. Like, it should be pretty simple to, realize the fact that, if it goes around twice, like it needs to figure out something else, go a little bit further and then do it. But it should not be taking, 3 loops. It's just kind of like no one's gonna wait for that. They're gonna disengage and have it go. You know what I mean? So I think that's the only thing. It's kind of like a bit of a bummer, right? But yeah, so all right, so now we're gonna go to this Whole Foods here. And actually, I may just I wanted to go to the Whole Foods. See locations. All right, this one. That's the one I was trying to find before. I don't know why. Again, there's 2 locations kind of happening simultaneously right now. All right, so it's starting to slow down here because of the school zone here. All right, should automatically start to it's 30 right here. So it should start to pick it up, which it is. All right, so this Whole Foods probably should be a little bit busier. This Whole Foods should be a little bit busier than, let's say, even the Starbucks was. We're gonna just take this and have it park. All right, so here we go. You can see lots of cars coming. And then, yeah, it's just gonna park. That's all it needs to know. Yep. Look at FSD Pure Vision. Just sees all these spots. All right, it's gonna make a right. Said that it was gonna make it looks like it's gonna make a left. And check this out, it's gonna park right there in this spot right here. Check that out. Just kind of crazy. Wow. And if you can see, you can literally see how close it is to that. Yeah, this is just, they did a really good job on that. Parked in Whole Foods for me. All right, now let's go. What else should we try? All right, let's see here. What else should we see? Go park in a, what is this? Let's see. Let's go park at this other place. Union Middle, okay. All right, let's go. All right, so what's interesting here, right, is that I am trying to get out of this spot. And look at this, it's backing up even. It's doing all this by itself. That is pretty dope. All right, and then it's gonna go out a different location, it looks like. All right, so we're gonna be making a right here. Did that well. So we're making a right here. Needs to go around this blue car, which there's enough room. We'll see if it goes. All right, so this car is making a right. This car also wants to come out. Look at this. This car jumped in front of us and was able to slow up. Check that out. It's got a full moon up there. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna go to this middle school and park. Thoughts on the day for this drive, like this specific drive. We've literally gone to an elementary school. We've gone to a Starbucks, a Whole Foods, and you know, we're gonna go back to a middle school and park. It's been absolutely perfect. The parking with precision. Like, did you see me backing up there at that Whole Foods? It did not curb it at all. And even if it did, like, I wouldn't be it's not too big of a deal. I got the most rugged tires, BF Goodrich on this truck, KO2s, and they're great. And so this has just been just such a great drive. Now on some of my other drives, that's where I kind of have an issue, is that you know, it needs to, and again, I'm gonna keep beating this drum. If it is a busy area, it needs to figure out a way. How do you park? How do you land the spaceship, right? But outside of that, the Tesla Autopilot team releasing this on the Cybertruck is amazing. This is a huge step. This is the only truck that can go park to park on the planet, let alone it's on one of the only vehicles that can do it now. So you know, Tesla has really just killed it with this 14.15. So I'm really impressed. I'm really proud of the team for what they're doing. And you know, they really have just like continued to knock it out of the park. All right, so we're gonna go ahead here and we're gonna go here and have it park in this middle school. All right, so just rolling up, going all the way in, and then check that out. Oh, did not go. So it's gonna go all the way around, but let's see how it handles that, and how it goes all the way around. So I need it to park. I definitely do not want to do the curbside. So okay, so it's just gonna park on the side, but I'm just gonna say, I don't know if that's gonna change anything. It's gonna park here. That's kind of what I would expect. So again, this is where you would pick up a kid, so that's interesting as well.